Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at OKLO. It is time for another update, and actually a follower requested an update for this stock, and I wanted to remind you that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now, in the case of this chart, we have been tracking the idea of a 1-2 setup that has developed, and then we were looking for the follow-up 1-2 setup for a great entry opportunity that would allow us to follow an uptrend within the third wave of the third wave. Now, in this case, we actually failed to create such a setup because we held the support zone for the alternative count that allowed for a much more direct and bullish upside interpretation. And I provided you in the previous videos in this scenario here in blue, where we had a 1-2 setup, and then we had an additional 1-2 setup here. In both cases, we held the 61.8% retracement, and in the second case, we actually managed to create a very strong and impulsive third wave to the upside. Now, since we followed this pattern, we don't really need to have the larger support zones here in white, and I'm a bit disappointed. I will be honest, I actually preferred the white interpretation, where we had here the wave 1 complete and we were looking for support here in the wave 2. But the market doesn't do what we want. It does what it wants for itself, and in this case it was very aggressive and direct uptrend. Now, with this movement, we have to do some changes here to the chart, and firstly, let's start by removing this green interpretation. It was an alternative scenario where we could have seen a reset within this wave 2 in blue, but it didn't work out, and we can even remove the blue scenario support zones. They are no longer relevant. They actually succeeded in doing what they needed to do, which is provide support and create and initiate the reaction to the upside. Now, here on the larger structure, we could be looking at this wave 1 as an impulse. It is possible. It is possible even in multiple ways, but I'm mainly focusing here on the 1-2 interpretation, and that is the idea where I would be looking for an ideal target in the third wave to the upside at the 138.2% extension, which is at around the $480 level. Now, for that to actually be reached, we need to create a strong third wave to the upside to prove it itself and prove the 1-2 setup that it is indeed a 1-2 setup and not just an ABC structure. And in this case, I might also add that realistically we don't know if this wave 1 is an impulse. We don't know if we are developing this third wave in an impulse, because realistically this could very well look like an ABC structure that has developed, and this could very well develop within an ABC structure, because additionally, to have this as the fifth wave where it extends so much, it is a bit unlikely, and I might be more open to the idea that this would be a series of 1-2 setups, where this would then develop as the third wave to the upside, because we are still expecting significant continuation to the upside within this movement. And since that is the case, this might look more like the third wave than what we previously had as the third wave, which was perfectly fine. But to have such a fifth wave could be applicable, could happen, but it might be a little bit unrealistic, and I might rather consider it just another ABC structure that has developed, and in that case we will fail to hold the impulsive interpretation that we will here track in the blue scenario, where this was the 1-2 setup. We also had an additional 1-2 setup here, but that is not marked. We are not focused on that area at the moment. And we had here a 1-2, then a third wave to the upside that is still developing, and then we would need another fourth, another fifth. And if we fail to hold this support zone for a wave 4, once this third wave is complete, then we would know that we quite possibly would have an ABC structure that has developed here. Now, this could eventually still turn around and push even higher. that could happen even within a larger ABC structure within the third wave. Remember, overall, for the third wave, we are looking for an ideal target at the 138.2% extension, and that is a little bit unlikely to happen within this wave 3, which could be this ABC. And in this case, yeah, we will be focusing on continuation to the upside at the moment until we complete this wave. This is the most important wave at the moment, because in both scenarios we are looking to fill it. And we can even adjust here the count, the structure, where this was the wave 2 bottom, this wave 3 is not yet complete, this was the wave 3, and let me actually move to the hourly here. And now we would be in a wave 4, and then we would be looking for a fifth that would complete this wave 3. Then we would be looking for another fourth and another fifth, and then we would have our 1, 2, 3, fourth, and the fifth either within the wave 3 or within the wave C. And until this wave completes, we will actually be focusing solely on this area. And yeah, in here we are looking right now to hold support for this wave 4, where I am expecting the area for such a wave 4 between the $120.5 down to the $98 level at the 50% retracement to hold support and yeah, create the reversal to the upside within the wave 5. Now, a break below the 50% retracement here would have quite bearish implications. I would be pretty worried that yeah, this structure would overall fail, and we would be heading into pretty deep levels of correction if we fail to hold this support zone at the 50% retracement. I'm not saying that technically it couldn't still push higher. It could even work within yeah, different counts where I could go even down here and then still manage to push higher, but it would not be something reliable to actually trade. And yeah, at that point, if we break the 50% retracement, and even if we reverse to the upside, we have a relief rally, I would still be focusing on continuation to the downside. Now, the exact structure that it develops within does matter, but at the moment, that is the most important level, the level of focus. And for now, that there is really not much else to add. These are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.